Thank you for staying with us on Across Louisiana, Acadiana Style, brought to you by Mellow Joy, the original Cajun coffee. Pleased to welcome Missy, Bienvenu, Andrade. Hope I said that right. It's close.
You did.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So, Chamber of Commerce is getting wiser and pooling resources. Tell us about One Acadiana.
Yes. Over the last couple of years, we've gone through some major changes. Again, we're formerly the Greater Lafayette Chamber of Commerce. We went through a large capital campaign in fall of 2014. And on February 8th of 2015, we announced that we were now a 9-parish regional economic development organization. So covering all of Acadiana, focusing on economic development, focusing on business attraction, talent attraction, and just making this a better region to both live and work.
Okay, so it goes everything from, I guess, workforce readiness to infrastructure and anything in between.
And everything in between. We have a piece of what we do that's heavily focused on public policy, a piece that's also heavily focused on urban revitalization for the core of the region, but also in all of the outlying communities. You think of a place like downtown Breaux Bridge, downtown St. Martinville, right. Really being a resource in terms of downtown revitalization.
Right. Well, we do high school football, and we go to all those little towns, and our crew loves going into New Iberia, into Abbeville. They just absolutely love going to those places. I see on your brochure you have lots of events. Tell us about what's coming up.
Yes, we've gone through a major overhaul of the engagement opportunities that we offer. Starting in January, we're going to be doing some new things that we've never done before as an organization. We have a women's business event that we started earlier in the fall. It's called the Acadiana Women's Network. We're bringing in a speaker who's formerly with IBM to talk about women in the workplace and really what we can do to progress in our careers. We're going to be doing a series of small business workshops and seminars. We know that for small businesses, you might not be able to have an accountant on your staff or a full-time HR person. So we want to be able to be a resource to our member companies and bring in, if it's a professor from UL who's a specialist in that area, or one of our investor companies to come and talk about really improving small business operations and really just being a resource for them. Moving into February, we're going to be doing our annual breakfast in conjunction with Lobby. And in March, we're going to be having our largest event of the year, our regional celebration. I believe it'll be early March, where we're going to celebrate our successes over the last year as One Acadiana and look forward to what we're going to be accomplishing in 2016.
What kind of feedback have you gotten? I know that because people like to be territorial, and this forces you to not be territorial. Has it been a few bumps in the road, or has it been smooth? What's it been like? Well,
I think overall we're in a much better place than people thought we'd be at this point in time. It's a journey, of course. Working regionally, it's important for everyone to keep their local identity. But if we're going to be competitive with other communities like ours, it's really important that we're all on the same page and looking for opportunity for the region. Because we're all working across parish lines every day, and no one ever argues with that.
Right, so. No big deal to drive 20 miles to go to work.
Not for a great job.
Okay. Yeah. Well, look, you've got a lot of good stuff going on. Let's give some sort of a website or phone number so folks can get a hold of you if we could.
Everything, all of our events, any membership information, investor information can be found on our website, and that's www.oneacadiana.org.
Okay, Missy, thank you for coming in, and please, we'd like for you to come back. Anything you have going on, we'd love to help promote it.
Sure, thank you.
Okay. Speaking of the region, we're going down the bayou to the brand new Arsenault Ford on Highway 90 at 14 in New Iberia. Take a look.
We think Mellow Joy coffee is pure joy. We love to drink it every day, all day long, and we think that most people in Acadiana do as well. So it's just a little play on our French heritage, the pure joie is something we look forward to each and every day as we get up and get moving. Being founded right here in Lafayette, Louisiana back in the 30s speaks to a lot of tradition that we have here in this part of the world. And it's exciting to be here and be part of the food culture that we have here. I've gotten to participate in the last couple of years in food discussions put on by the Chamber of Commerce and a lot of different things, talking about how popular Louisiana foods are, and especially Cajun food. So we like to think that we add a little bit of spice to those discussions as well. Coffee is the most consumed beverage on the planet other than water. We've got a large market out there that we can penetrate, And people do drink it now just about all day long. They start in the morning with it, and they drink it through midday through lunch, and then maybe some decaf at dinner time. And that's the fun part about it, is we like to experiment with a lot of different types of roasts. And we're into new packaging nowadays with single serve cups, so that you can just make that 1 cup of coffee at night if you'd like, or you can still buy the traditional bag and make it throughout the day, a pot at a time. We buy on certain graded beans only. First off, all of our coffees are made from 100% Arabica beans. That's what we choose to make our coffees with. We like to use Brazilians. It's a stronger bean than a Colombian, we think, and it makes our coffee unique. We want to be different. We don't want to taste just like somebody else. And we only buy the very high grades, the extra hard beans, so that we get a very full-bodied flavor out of our coffees. We buy the top 1% in the world. So we're not a inexpensive coffee. We would be classified as a gourmet coffee on the shelf. If you go to the grocery stores and look, we are in the gourmet section a lot of times. And we take a lot of care in picking those beans out. We test every bag that comes in. We sample every bag that comes in. We roast them in small batches, and we cup them right here in the facility every time before a new run goes out to the supermarkets or to offices. All of our packaging, whether it's the small frac packs that go into the restaurants and offices or the 12-ounce bags that go on the shelf, all have a one-way valve in them to allow gases to escape but doesn't allow air in. So the packaging stays fresh on the shelf for up to a year without any noticeable change at all in the coffee. We've been asked by a few people to develop a line of coffees for them. The first people that approached us were the Duck Commander folks, the Robertson family of the Duck Dynasty TV show fame and the Duck Commander Duck Call products. They wanted to venture into the food world because their mantra is faith, family, and food. And so they contacted us to do coffee for them. So we came up with a few different roasts for them. Some really neat packaging. Obviously got some camo on there. You got to have camo if you're going to do something with those guys. We did a line of single serve cups in hot chocolate for Uncle Si. He's kind of the crazy uncle in the TV show, and kids love him. He's probably the #1 celebrity in the family for the kids. And so we did a hot chocolate in the single serve cups for him, so it's really neat. And we've got a couple of coffees out in 12-ounce bags, and we also did them in single serve cups that you can find in the grocery stores throughout Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, all the way up into Oklahoma, Missouri, over into Mississippi and Alabama as well. So anybody out there that drinks, if their company drinks a lot of coffee, or if they have an idea to sell a lot of coffee somewhere, I mean, we would love to do a private label for them. That's what we're basically doing for the university. We're working with a few other universities as well to develop private labels for them. It's a great source of income for the universities, but there's a couple of corporations that have also contacted us recently about doing private labels for them, where we put their company logo on the coffee that's served every day in their locations. If you want any information on any of our products, you can go to www.melojoy.com, or you can give us a call at 337-264-7195. Whoever answers the phone, we'll be glad to take care of you, answer any questions you may have.
We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, you're going to meet a very special person named Cherie Bro. Her project will inspire you. Stay with us.